Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everything and everyone in between. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday to each and every one of you, and welcome to our January 2022 edition of McAgee3 Meetup. It is your man, McAgee3. My guest for tonight is a very interesting fellow. He has lived a very interesting life. He has played a lot of interesting games, mostly on Nintendo, but he's played some interesting games. He hails from the wonderful, wonderful universe known as the United Kingdom. I would like to introduce you all, my guest for this evening, the one, the only, NeroTNC, and I must say, the first thing I have to start with is, Brother Nero, I knew you'd come.
How did I know you were gonna do that? That's. I've been called Nero my whole life. Over the last 5 years, however long it's been since that Brother Nero thing came about, I've been called Brother Nero more times than I ever was from my sisters.
Yeah, we got. It goes, and thank you for coming in for this juncture of our channel's interview series. Well, we'll start with some basic stuff. How are you?
I'm good. It's 12:30 a.m. Well, 20 to 1 in the morning here in the UK, but I'm usually on American time, as I told you a minute ago. So I'm feeling alright. I'm feeling awake enough to kick some butt on Pokemon Unite and talk about my rubbish here on Twitch and whatever else you've got planned for me.
Absolutely. So the game that we have, as soon as I get my button straight. Oh my gosh, come on now. Oh, yes. Duh.
Send you an invite.
Sweet, I got it. Can the swine join? Okay, so, for the sake of the interview, if we got, NeroTNC, if you wanted to invite some of your squad to play with us, that's fine. You know, we just have to mind the audio, of course.
Of course.
But yes, NeroTNC, he hails from the United Kingdom. He has been streaming for a number of years.
9.
He's 9. Yeah, like
9 years of shit.
He's definitely been doing it much longer than I have. But he's been a very interesting streamer. He was actually introduced to me by I think Little Dark One.
Yeah, I think it was Little Dark One.
I think it was Little Dark One was the one who got me hip to you. And like the very first stream that I caught of yours was when you were doing your using one of the wrestling games to have your subscribers be characters.
Yep. It's a labor of love of mine. Is what I call Sunday afternoon wrestling. It's where the subs are the wrestlers, like you say. I spend a lot of time and effort and energy into creating these wrestlers, depending on what people put into a Google document. I create them as best as I can. If I'm inspired as such, I even do little photoshops for logos for them. Some have used them as their profile pictures on Twitch, like from what I've made, just messing around. But it's something that I've done for 4 seasons. We're coming towards the end of season 4 with WWE 2K22 coming around the corner in March. So it's something that I've done for a long time. It's something I've put a lot of love and effort into, and it was nice having you join during that fateful day.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like it was crazy because like you got a
character in this season, but you're never around, man. You're never around, so I can't put you in matches.
I know. Like our schedules just keep passing each other like two ships in the sea and whatnot.
Yes, no.
Like, cause like, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys don't know about his wrestling league, essentially for his channel, like, it's not just he uses the game as just a platform to do it, and then he just does creative characters. No, like he actually has overlays in the game for like the ring and everything and whatnot, and it's really, really cool, you know. And so I had never seen that before. Like, I had a little idea that you could do something like that, but I never realized like you were probably one of the first few outside of like maybe like a TV show or whatever who actually did that sort of thing. So.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I was the first to do it, but I've put a lot of time and effort into it. So
Right.
I like to think that I have a good product or good content. Content is the key word today, isn't it, as a content creator?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I have good content when it comes to Sunday afternoon wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's one of my most popular streams that I do. The interactivity that I get from people, like this season alone, we've had people cutting promos. You know what promos are, obviously, but
yes.
For those that don't, a promo is when one individual will talk to the camera or talk to another person and you know, say fighting words or whatever they're gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
We've had our subs, wrestlers, characters do promos in the shower, promos with their feet stuck in soup. It's been wild. It's been wild this year with the amount of people that have participated in something that I put a lot of time and effort into.
Right. That's really cool, dude. So tell me, let's see. Rather, let me rephrase my wording here. Tell us a little bit about yourself, sir.
Okay, so I am a 32-year-old eligible bachelor. No, I'm a 32-year-old disabled gen. We'll say disabled. I was a pro wrestler for 12, going on 13 years. In the UK, up and down the UK. It was a wild ride, a lot of fun. I'm sure we'll touch upon that a little bit later.
Right.
But I suffered a pretty horrific injury, breaking my ribs, destroying my chest wall, and unfortunately, because of that, I am disabled, and I have a chronic neuropathic pain condition, fibromyalgia, whatever you want to throw at me. I've got it. You know, cirrhosis of the liver, everything that's come up because of this horrible injury, basically. Like it straight out ruined my life.
Oh my god.
But the silver lining was I got the chance to do something that I always wanted to do prior, but couldn't because I was working a full-time job as well as wrestling.
Yes.
And that's create content.
Okay.
I dabbled in creating videos on YouTube throughout my teens into my early 20s. There's some still on YouTube, but some that definitely would get me cancelled these days.
Right.
I won't touch upon them. But there's the times change, you know.
Right.
But I got the chance to put time and effort into streaming, which is something that I wanted to do for like months and months prior. In fact, I did my first ever stream in December 2012. So technically, I'm coming up on my 10-year anniversary this December.
Okay. Congratulations, by the way.
But that I don't class that as when I first started streaming, if you know what I mean, because it was just intermittent. It was only when I got a couple of minutes to do something here and there. In May, two weeks maybe after I got injured, I started streaming full time on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
I grinded the hell out of it, despite the anxiety problems, despite the pain problems and depression problems that I developed from my injury. I did everything that I could to put time and effort into streaming, put time and effort into creating content, and really push for partner. And when I started streaming, I was a full-time Minecraft streamer on Xbox 360. So that shows you how long ago it was. I put a lot of time and effort into that, and I did quite well for myself because I was quite niche in the Xbox 360 market of Minecraft. So I did quite well for myself. I was getting about 400 viewers a stream. It was pretty at a current time as well, not just like a stream. 400 viewers at a time. I was consistently in the top row of Minecraft streamers at a time when Minecraft was hugely popular and hugely dominated by PC players. But what I found doing that was that I fell out of love with streaming because the community that I was establishing, and this isn't anything against young kids or children or like young users of Twitch, but it can be very draining answering the same question a million times in a row. And I know that's the the sort of business you get yourself into when you start streaming, is that you're going to answer the same question. But I don't know. I wasn't made out to be a nursery teacher or work with kids. You know, I've got a child of my own. One's enough. You know, I just fell out of love with the childish community that I had. So I started again. Essentially, I stopped streaming Minecraft, and those 400 viewers just dissipated. Dissipated, is that a word? That is a word, right?
Oh,
absolutely disappeared, we'll say. And I like I said, I had to start again. I picked another game, picked variety. I picked Binding of Isaac, which became a big hub for my stream for a very long time. I started again essentially in my viewer base. Like I had the, let's say, what, 5,000 followers. I think I stated to my friends earlier today that when talking about my Minecraft thing, I had 5,000 followers at the time when I stopped streaming Minecraft. Oh, I just got wrecked there. So I started again essentially because they were kids. They wanted to watch Minecraft, so they didn't turn up for anything else. So it didn't feel like a community that I built. From the Binding of Isaac and then going to variety, yeah, the viewer base is definitely not what it once was. That granted, but man, the community that I've built over the last, well, let's say 9 years since I started streaming, essentially, has changed my life. It's essentially saved me at times. I've had a lot of real life stuff, as I stated, with my health and whatnot, scares. You know, real life's tough, right? But,
right. Life can be very ridiculous.
Yeah, but I've had a lot of great mates, as I like to say. Great mates, good times, great memories. A lot of fun through Twitch, and hold on, I'm just seeing what Polar Bear says. It was literally children 24/7.
Yeah,
I admit I was one of them. He was one of them.
Hey, it's nice to see that he stuck around though. Like,
yeah, no, Polar Bears is an 8-yearer. He's been around for a long time.
Yeah, because it's always cool. Like somebody finds out about you like early, and then afterward they just kind of, like, hey, you know what? You're more than just, this one game or whatever the case. Maybe I should, give you, more of a chance here.
That's exactly the type of community that I aim to create.
Right.
Is come for the game, depending on what I'm playing. Like at the minute, it's a lot of Fortnite. I know people might groan at Fortnite, but I've enjoyed Fortnite over the last few weeks. Pokemon Unite has been a game that I played constantly for 6 months, and it's kind of dropped off a little bit. But I want people to come for me as the streamer rather than the game. So if I can lure you in with a game that you enjoy, or that I can play to a certain skill level or what have you. If I can lure you in with that, I would love to do my best to create an impression on you, to make you feel welcome, to entice you to come back again.
Right.
And I feel the Sunday afternoon wrestling is a kind of cheeky way of doing that, in a sense that, if you sub, you get a wrestler, you get your own person that you can check out and watch on a Sunday. And most people don't initially come for WWE games. I mean, like, who's searching WWE 2K19 in 2022?
Right. Yeah,
really into wrestling.
I mean, anytime I can play a WWE game and I can take Ryback, put somebody in a bear hug, and I float off the ground, and then there's nothing the person can do about it. It's we're kind of doing it wrong here.
Yeah, no, wrestling games are a different breed, but
sweet lord, I just realized
I tried to. Yeah, we again absolutely destroyed at top as well.
Well,
but it's okay. We're just talking. We're having
exactly.
fun while we do this. So yeah, that's me. I stream a lot of rubbish. I talk a lot of rubbish. But I have a great community of friends, great mates, friends that have stuck by me through thick and thin for a very long time. I've had a wedding with a number of people attending. I've had an ongoing divorce, which obviously split the community.
Right.
Which you can imagine, you know, it's I've had meetups, like physical, personal meetups. I've had meetups in Miami, Florida. I've had, you know, I've been and done a lot of things through Twitch, and I'm very thankful that I've had Twitch to lean back on as a constant in my life, throughout whatever else life is thrown at me. So.
Good grief, as it stands right now, we're kind of getting obliterated here.
We really are.
We've just been on the back foot like the entire time.
This is my first game of Unite in 3 weeks, I should say. So.
Okay. Yeah,
I was playing this game constantly for 6 months, and it feels like a brand new game again.
Yeah, they've done some changes. I think they got it to where like the music, they have newer music now. Because it used to just be like the same songs every time you played. And I tried to attack somebody that was on my team, so that shows how that's going. Alright, can we piece this together? We're gonna have to try, because we're getting
I think we should have rolled as a 5 a lot sooner, but it's hard without the communication, right? So
right.
It is what it is. We'll try and get Zapdos and try and sneak a win. We'll do our best. Anyway, I think that answers the question of who I am. What's next?
Oh gosh, we have no base over there. Oh no, I'm about to die. they suck.
Nice sucker you in.
Oh boy. Ugh. Also, Oofed BBZ and Polar Bears. Thank you for the follow. You guys love and appreciate it for that. Thank you. Please don't mind us getting dunked on right now. Kind of comes
in the game actually. Oofed and Dark Guyver are in the game with us. They're the swine and the Wigglytuff that are trying to piece this thing together for us. But
right.
Oh, we got it somehow.
We just got there just in time.
Yeah, we got it. Let's try and dunk what points we can. I only got 23, but
I have none. I've been getting dunked the entire time.
You got 36. Get him in.
Working on it. Okay. Okay.
Try and salvage these. Oh no, we missed that one. Hit me with the next question, Chief.
Yep. As soon as I can. Okay, let's do this before we get beat up some more. Jesus. Let's see. So why content creation specifically? Why was that a big thing for you? As we try to hold out for the next few seconds.
I don't know. Like I said, in my teens, I was creating content for YouTube. It wasn't anything worth noting about, but it was little videos that I'd do at school, like with my mates and stuff like that. Video game related stuff. I just created skits. Okay, skits is basically the term that I use for what I created. And I just loved having a video camera in my hands. I loved tin during like my drama lessons at school. So I had a blast doing that, and video games has always been a big love of mine. So it kind of like as the dawn of the new decade in the 2010s started, you know, YouTube became filled with video game playthroughs and you know, game grunts and stuff like that, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be that.
Oh my gosh! Hey. We turned that around at the last second.
Hey, I fully thank Oof Babes and Guyver for that.
Oh my goodness!
I was playing butts.
Hey man, look, bro. You were doing better than me. Good lord, that 72 was only because of the. It was only because of the Articuno. That was really. Oh.
Yeah, the Zapdos, yeah. So yeah, like content creation was just another. It was just what everybody was doing. Everybody was getting into it. So I guess that's why I got into it. But. I was watching people on Justin TV play, like try and do deathless runs of every Legend of Zelda game. I was one of the first on Twitch. You know, I had a different username back then, but when I got NeroTNC, I don't know. Can I see how long I've been on Twitch? Let me just say something in your chat. Does it say when I?
I'm still trying to figure that out too.
Oh no, maybe if you click on my name, it might tell you when I.
Let me see. Let's see what happens. Account created on June 13th, 2012.
Yeah. Okay. So that was around the advent of Twitch coming out. Because I had an account of Nero1000, which you'll see is my Twitter and Instagram handle. I had that on Justin TV, and it was before they allowed the merging of Twitch and Justin TV. So it was before they merged the usernames over. So I had to start a new account.
Okay.
So I did NeroTNC.
And you haven't looked back since, right?
Oh yeah. TNC's my brand. My brand.
Okay, so let's see here. Hold on. Before I continue, let me grab an emergency cough drop.
You're good.
Cause yeah, we ain't about to sit here and cough along during an interview. That's just not classy. All right. We'll have to give that time to kick in, but so you might have touched on it during your rebuttal there, but just in case, how exactly did you get started in content creation?
Okay, so well, again, I started making content on YouTube when I was 16 years old. But if you're on about strictly Twitch, I got hurt, wallowed in my own self-pity for a couple of days, went to my nearest retailer, like electronics retailer, and bought a what was that, Roxio capture card. It was rubbish, absolutely rubbish, but I bought a Roxio capture card, plugged it in, had a haggard setup with my big hi-fi speakers in the background playing music, not through my PC, playing just random music through speakers that were getting picked up by my microphone, which initially was my webcam microphone, so it sounded awful. I was sat on a couch far back from the TV because at that point I was so raw with my ribs that I couldn't sit up at the computer on a computer chair or a desk kind of thing. It was it was some haggard setup that I had, man, and I was trying with like Mario parties as well, having friends over and playing Mario Party and just having nights like that, enjoying that. But no, Minecraft is where I got my hit, and I started streaming that, and it wasn't until I got big on the Binding of Isaac, and I don't know if anybody remembers in the chat or anybody knows of it, but there was a tournament called Boiler for a very long time for the Binding of Isaac League of Racing or something like that.
So was it like for like a speed run type of tournament?
Yeah, it was speed run, but well, technically it was racing.
Oh.
It wasn't a speed run as in go as fast as you can. It was beat your opponents, which is what I liked rather than speed run.
Oh,
so you had to go fast as you can, but you only had to go as fast as your opponent if you're ahead, kind of thing. Like, sorry, I'm not explaining that very well, but like if I saw that my opponent was lagging behind, I could take a couple of minutes extra on my on this certain floor that I'm on, so that I can get more out of it to give me benefits to stay ahead.
Right.
So that's what I liked about racing. But yeah, I competed in a bunch of leagues for Binding of Isaac, and I got partnered during one of those, and actually I got partnered playing a completely different game at the time, but it was because of Isaac that I got We Can Kill Him.
There we go.
Yeah, so that's that story. Getting partnered through. I was playing a game called Puzzle World 2 at the time when I officially got partnered.
Nice.
Which was a little silly game, but I had a Twitch staff in my in my stream after I'd applied for partnership. I remember my application for partnership said just about to hit 200,000 views. Woohoo! And that was all I put in my partnership application. It's different how it works now than what it did back then. You had to put in an application instead of checklists that you have nowadays. Because it was what, 2014 when I got partnered. So I've never fought this opponent right here, so I don't know how to tackle him right now.
Oh, the Trevenant.
Trevenant.
I think Trevenant was recently added. So yeah. This will be a learning experience for the both of us because I haven't fought Trevenant either.
So yeah, that's how I got started. That's how I got solidified, I guess, as a streamer. That's how I knew that I wanted to keep doing this, because there wasn't that, like, honestly, for the first year of streaming, especially when I was doing Minecraft, because the stream was dominated by little kids. There was no money in doing it. I didn't have a sub button, couldn't run ads at the time. There was no affiliate system back then. It was, you're either partnered or you're not.
Right.
And like, if you got a stream full of kids, again, like, I know you don't want to talk about it was Blacklight Attack, Polar Bears. I forget what the term is. Like, you don't really want to talk about money when you're talking about streaming, but, or especially donations and stuff. But honestly, I was here to make money because I'd lost my job through being unable to work. I saw content creation as an avenue to make money because, like I said, everybody was doing it on YouTube. Everybody was making a buck. You know, why couldn't I do that? It's like, I did it because I loved it, and I still love it. And, you know, believe me, there's not that much money in it for a guy my size anyway.
Right.
But, at the time, if I was playing Minecraft in front of a stream full of kids, they're not going to be donating. They haven't got mum's credit card details, you know.
Right.
So there was no money in it for me for the first year.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to.
I got partnered, and it finally became, oh hey, I'm making some revenue. I'm making something back from this. The investments that I had in this stream business is starting to come back to me, you know. So that kind of certified and solidified the fact that I wanted to do this as a full-time job. I wanted to continue doing this as a full-time job.
Right.
Like I said, I have chronic neuropathic pain condition, fibromyalgia. Every day's different. I'm not reliable enough to hold down a normal job, I would say, because my pain levels are different every day, and so I just take every day as it comes, stream when I can, what I can, for as long as I can, and have a good time. Hopefully, make some friends along the way, and try and spread a positive message, I guess.
Yeah, man.
Even if that's just me shoutcasting a bunch of wrestlers on Sundays.
And it also helps that you know, you have a community that backs you up as well, you know, because
hell yeah,
because you already know, like, when it comes to being a content creator, like, you gotta have a community that can, like, you know, support you as you're doing the things that you do. And I like how this Sylveon is just camping at this base. Okay.
I kind of abandoned you there. I apologize. I saw we needed help down bottom. I'm coming back up. Okay.
No problem. I'm trying to contemplate a strategy here. You know,
we just need to level up, I think.
Yeah, I think that might be the best line here, because they're just kind of sitting there.
They're gonna be trying to take road time, I think. Yeah, so we need to steal that. He's ulting me. Yeah, I got wrecked. Okay, Chief, what's next?
All right, let's see here. So how'd you get into the professional wrestling racket? You know?
Okay. So my dad is a professional wrestler. He still is a professional wrestler. After X amount of years, I couldn't tell you how many years, but he was well known. He is well known in the British wrestling scene. He's some would call a legend. He used to be on terrestrial TV here in the UK called ITV. He was on during the glory days, the heydays of all these big wrestling stars in the 70s and 80s. He was big into that. My great uncle also was a very popular British wrestler. And my mum, through being with my dad, got into refereeing and teaching ladies wrestling. So it was I was sort of born to do it, if you know what I mean. Like, it was. I grew up a professional wrestling fan. I had videotapes upon videotapes upon videotapes of WWF from the late 80s, early 90s. I grew up watching it my whole entire life, and as soon as I hit 12 years old, I was in a British wrestling school called the Northants Area Wrestling Club.
Nice.
And I started my professional wrestling journey. Now, granted, I did not have any contact with my father, who, like I said, was a professional wrestler, until I was 10 years old, and that was kind of surreal in and of itself. In that I went to a professional wrestling show, one of my first wrestling shows that I ever went to, that was in the local area, and the first person to come out was my dad.
Oh, nice.
And I didn't know this. I didn't know he was going to be there. My mom, who took me to this wrestling show, didn't know that he was going to be there, but he was there. He was the first person out, and I got to meet my dad that day during a wrestling show. He gave me an 8x10, by the way.
Okay.
that was the first present I ever got off my dad. It was an 8x10 of himself. That was probably like 10 years prior, because he wasn't in that good shape when I saw him. Anyway, so I had slight contact with my dad for a little bit through my early years of wrestling. But it wasn't until I was 15 that my dad actually, because when I was 14, my dad came to a show that I was wrestling on. And that was, he just so happened to be there watching a show, as I just so happened to be on this show. So it wasn't planned. It wasn't like, this is, you know, you're gonna see your dad tonight. You know he's gonna be in the audience. It wasn't any of that. It just so happened to work out that way. So I remember emailing him, and I thought about this earlier because I thought he was going to start talking about wrestling. And I emailed him after that, and I was like, well, would you want to come wrestle for this company that I was wrestling for? You know, it'd be cool, you know, maybe we could do something father and son tag team. He goes, I don't wrestle with kids. I was 14 years old at the time.
Oh, gosh.
When I was 15 years old, he emailed me, hey son, I've got a show for you.
Okay.
And I was 15 years old, and I wrestled my dad, what they call a camp show, which is like during a holiday park area, like a vacation area that people go to, in what was it? I think it was Great Yarmouth or Skegness or something like that. People in the UK would know that. But I went, wrestled my dad. First time I was on a show for my dad.
Oh, wow.
I wrestled my dad.
You guys are wrestling with Papa, huh?
Yeah, and I beat him, which is a pretty cool thing to say that, you know, my first match with my dad, I beat my dad, which is, you know, wrestling's predetermined or whatever you want to call it. But it's a neat thing for me that I can say at 15 years old I wrestled my dad, who was an X amount of years pro, been on TV, all this, and I got to meet him, so it was great. I continue to wrestle. I feel that as I got older, I only got better, and as a wrestler, you have to have a bit of an ego, because you've gotta bet on yourself. If you're gonna, if you're gonna like try and sell yourself to promoters, you have to bet on yourself, right? So, I like to think that I was one of the best in the small area that I used to wrestle in, the small companies that I used to wrestle in. Not the best in the country. I'm not saying that.
Right.
But I had a chip on my shoulder that in the companies that I worked for, I was the best there, and I could talk on the microphone, I could wrestle in the ring, I was a high flyer, even though I was a big guy.
Oh, wow.
I could do moonsaults, I could do all this, I could do that. I think I was in my prime when I got hurt, which is very unfortunate. Literally, I just bought new gear. I just bought new gear like a month prior, wore it twice, and got hurt. So I was gutted about that, because gear was expensive back in the day.
So
it still is, I guess.
So what was your signature and your killer moves?
Okay, so signatures would be like the cannonball in the corner, like
right. Like you're basically the midway point of your portion of the match, so to speak.
Yeah, okay. So my comeback or whatever. I did a mean spine buster. I did the Gory Bomb special, which is something Kaylee Ray uses on NXT these days. I did my finishers were a moonsault from the top, or a moonsault to the outside. That was my big plancher move, was a moonsault to the outside. A dragon attack, which is a spinning 180 moonsault.
Oh wow.
And a angel's wings, the set out pedigree.
Oh wow.
So those were my finishes. But yeah, I don't know. I have bad memory. I'd have to go back and watch some of my matches. I think a lot of the time, what we would call a shine. So for a face,
right,
good guy, it would be their shine is what they show off. Start. For me, my shine changed a lot as I got older, because like when you're younger, you feel like, oh, moves, I can do moves, let's do moves.
Right.
But moves don't, like, you've got to learn the psychology of a wrestling match. And just because you can do a move doesn't mean you should.
Right.
And now I know that's rich coming from me, who's just said that I can do moonsaults and stuff. But then I guess a big guy shouldn't be doing moonsaults or something like that.
Well, tell that to Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, as wrestling got more up to date, more traditionally Kevin Owens style, or the indie style of the early 2000s, as it became normal in WWE land. Like, it became normal for me to do a moonsault. But as a young kid, I would hit a famouser, Billy Gunn's move. I would hit a choke slam. I'd hit a rock bottom. I'd hit Stone Cold Stunner.
Right.
That stuff just doesn't work. Like, you gotta know when to use the big moves.
Right. Because storytelling is just as important as whatever moves that you're pulling off and performing.
And that's something that you learn with experience. That's something that I learned as I got older, and like I said, I feel like I got better as I got older, and the kicker is, for me anyway, when I talk about my wrestling career, is that it was my fault that I got hurt.
Oh.
I did the mistake. I messed up. It was my fault I got hurt. So it's
what happened? If you don't mind my asking.
It was I just took a German suplex, okay?
Okay.
And I backflipped out of it. Rolled to the apron. The opponent comes towards me, and I hangman him off the top rope.
Oh Jesus.
So drop his neck over the top rope for me. That's the hangman. So I did that maneuver, and I'm gonna get killed here.
We're trying to hold it down on the bottom.
Yeah.
Our mid came through to give us a hand. I am way too low of a level, but then again, the dude bro was pretty low of a level also, so that kind of... Did I not?
So, anyway, I did the hangman, and I was in two minds of either to drop to my butt or jump to the floor. And I did a bit of both, and so I came down rib first on the apron of the ring. And as you all know, the apron is the hardest part of the ring.
Yes, it is. From what I've seen and from what I've heard.
So I broke my ribs, I crushed my chest wall, and that was it.
Oh, gosh, dude.
I finished the match.
Right.
But, I laid on the floor in the back afterwards, and I could not get up. I had to be helped up, and I evidently went to the hospital and got seen soon. And that was that for my wrestling career, unfortunately. So it's bittersweet to talk about, because I feel like I had so much more to give, and like literally 2-3 years afterwards, they announced the expansion of WWE into the UK with NXT UK. Now, I'm not saying that I would have made it, but damn, I would have given it a good go, and I would have worked on my body shape a lot more, knowing that there was an end goal in sight. WWE was never gonna happen as a chubby 16-year-old getting into wrestling and stuff, but as a 23-year-old, when they're picking up all the good talent in the UK,
right?
Maybe I would have had a shot.
I can see you having a match with like Will Ospreay. Like I
don't know about that. Not these days, anyway.
I think if things panned out, you would have definitely like toured up with Will Ospreay.
There's a very good wrestler on the indie circuit in the UK who's gonna be big, because he's recently just worked on his body, and he looks absolutely amazing.
Oh yeah.
His name's Robbie X.
Oh okay. I think I've heard that name before. I'm not sure.
But Robbie X is a good friend of mine. We play Fortnite. We chat and stuff. He's going to be huge. He already wrestled for a bunch of companies that was on TV here in the UK when they tried to bring things back up on terrestrial TV. The ITV, like I recently said about.
Mm-hmm.
They tried to rejuvenate British wrestling as such. So they tried to do that. He was on that. I'm gonna die. Damn, I was so close. Damn it.
Oh my gosh. Every time I approach the daggone goal, I'm just getting smacked around by Wigglytuff.
But yeah, so those wrestlers that were signed to WWE, some of them still are signed to WWE, that I have wrestled. There's wrestlers, I think Nick Aldis is still the NWA champion, is he not? Or he's in that bracket. He was NWA champion for a long time. I wrestled Nick Aldis when I was 17.
Right.
You know, I think he was around the same age, honestly, but I wrestled Nick Aldis when I was 17, and he was NWA champion for a very long time. I wrestled Joseph Connors. I wrestled El Ligero.
Oh, he was El Ligero. Oof. Because El Ligero had a.
He was in the speaking out movement. I know he got cancelled completely. But,
right.
I wrestled him before it was known all this stuff, but either way, I wrestled him. So you know, I wrestled a bunch of guys that got picked up. A kid that was signed initially didn't actually make it into the final brackets for the UK tournament. He was trained by my home company.
Oh wow!
From the ground up, he was trained by my home company. His name was Chris Tyler. I don't think he wrestles anymore. I think that's one of the factors in him not being in WWE, or that's what happened and why he isn't in WWE. But he was trained from the ground up at our company, so it was pretty cool. Like there was just a bunch of guys that made it, but like I said, I felt like I was in my best at the time when I got hurt. I feel like, and I still haven't accepted the fact that I got hurt. Like I have dreams. I have like vivid dreams that I still could wrestle one more match. You know, I have all these fantasies, and I know it is just that, fantasies. But you know, I still struggle with the fact that I was in my in my prime, so to speak, and it all got taken away from me. So I struggle with acceptance for a lot of things. I struggle with acceptance about that quite a bit. I wish I could turn back the days and do that one move again. You know, even knowing how badly wrestling can affect one's life.
Right.
Like, because I mean, when I 6 months after I got hurt, I put out a video saying that I could no longer wrestle because of the injury, even if I was to get better, which isn't going to happen. Even if I was to get better, I wouldn't have been able to put my family through it again.
Right. Oh my gosh, dude.
But damn it! If I could turn back the time, not get hurt, I'd still be wrestling now. If I could do it all over again, I'd do it all over again. You know, wrestling. I say this when I talk about wrestling and the Sunday afternoon wrestling stuff, like, because that's my avenue of keeping my wrestling self alive, kind of thing. Like, I can do promos, I can commentate, I can do this, I can do that. Like, I can still be a part of wrestling as a whole, even if it is just making silly jokes or you know, doing silly things on a stream.
Right.
I like that I can still do something like that, but yeah, I forget what my point was, but I love wrestling. Wrestling was my first wifey, and I'd do it all over again if I could.
Yeah, I know you would, brother. But hey, man, like, something I like to say is, like, you know, even with this situation, like, it just unlocks different avenues that could be taken.
Oh yeah. This is the silver lining is I got content creation, and I'm 9 years into being a content creator now. So I've put a lot of time, almost as much time as I put into wrestling, into content creating. You know, that's big 2/3 of my life. You know, right there. And I wouldn't give anything to like. I wouldn't stop streaming for anything. You know, if I won the lottery tomorrow, I would not stop streaming. Sorry, I almost said stop wrestling. Oh jeez, we lost that. How did we lose that? I would not stop streaming because streaming is the most incredible thing in the world. I don't get hurt when I stream. Only emotionally when my mods give me rubbish, but you know that's what it is. But you know, like I love wrestling. I love streaming. I've had a very lucky time with it. So, despite the unluckiness of getting hurt.
Right. Okay, let's see if we can clean this up. I'm trying to keep an eye on like the last remaining goals that we have. That was not the target I wanted to hit, but it's the target I deserve, I guess. Alright, looks like they're coming in through the middle.
They can't score in the middle, so they must go top.
Okay, top is also...
I'm just
yeah, there they go.
Yeah, I'm recalling.
Come on. Okay, yeah, they're clawing.
I got him now. We just gotta win.
Yeah.
We have one. Nice. Good job, team.
Good job, squad. Wait, they're coming back.
Sorry, you can't score at this point. Yeah, no points anyway.
Good game.
Good job, team.
Way to go. Yeah, that one. So we had a down to the wire match, and then we got curb stomped on another match, and then this one we curb stomped them.
I like it. I've been putting in work again. Setting up tables.
Nero! Get the tables! Nice. Alright, let's see here. Wonderful victory. I'm guessing we're being carried by Dark Guyver and Oof BBZ.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. You know what?
Yes, indeed.
I am.
They're doing all the work right now.
I mean, I'm not upset. It's
Win's a win, homie.
A win is a win is a win. But let's see here. So when it came to your channel, did you have a specific goal in mind, or was it exclusively just for fun?
No, like I said, while I didn't self-pity for a few days, and then I decided I wanted to make money from content creation. I couldn't work. I was laid off work sick, and that sick became permanent, obviously. So I wanted to make money doing something that I love, which is play video games and be enthusiastic about it and talk to people. Yes, it was for fun. It was to fill my time off. If I could make some money doing it, it was great. I didn't make money doing it for the first year, or at least the first 9 months, I'd say. And then, you know, I don't make a lot of money doing it now, but I make enough to get by, kind of thing. So, you know, it was my goal outright was to supplement my income that I was losing through not being able to work. That was my goal. Like a lot of people say, do it for fun, do it because you love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I have fun doing it. But if I didn't have any money in it, I would have struggled a lot.
So, tell me, with your content creation, do you have a rule of thumb or philosophy that you go by?
Play whenever the heck I feel like. Whenever the heck I feel like it. Even if that means that I end up not finishing games. Sorry, Metroid Dread at the minute. Sorry, Skyward Sword. Sorry, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. Yeah, there's a few. If I wake up tomorrow and I go, right, I want to play Mario Kart for 6 hours, I'm going to play Mario Kart for 6 hours. Whether it means I have 5 people in the chat or 20 people, you know, like, I mean, like I said, I'm not a big streamer. I'm not getting hundreds of people anymore. But I have a great community, and I know that they'll stick with me no matter what I play. And that's been the key thing about streaming for me for the last 8 years is community. So my rule of thumb is keep myself happy, and it will make everybody else happy. I think that's the way I'd look at it. Like, I haven't really thought of it in a sense like that's my motto kind of thing. I don't think of it like that, but I like to think if I keep myself happy, if I make the content that I want to make, people will be there and enjoy it nonetheless. Because I've made some great friends doing this, and I hope to make many more doing the same thing that I'm doing now, and that's by enticing people in with a certain game, and then hoping that my personality shines through and they stick around.
Well, of course, because you know your character and charisma is like what I tell a lot of people that want to get into like content creation and whatnot. I always tell them, like, the game is going to get your audience's attention. It's going to be your personality that gives them a reason to come back.
Yeah.
And like you being someone who's been a practitioner of professional wrestling, know that very, very well, because that applies to professional wrestling also. Like,
yeah.
You know, if people want to see you, they're gonna see you, but you gotta give them a reason to see you. So, yeah. Also, daggone Dark Guyver was saying like so many tables that he's building for a house, and then Oof was like, yeah, if this was Monopoly, he'd have hotels. Oh, so funny. Alright, let's see here. Oh, I guess we're scoring here.
The opposite of Pokey or Amaranth. Okay, Polybus.
Themselves. Oh my gosh. And we were just gonna finish talking about that. Your community is like so awesome, dude. Like you know, they're very supportive. Like every time that because look, what I'm getting at is that I have gone to channels, right, where either the creator themselves were unpleasant, or their chat was unpleasant, and a lot of times it was like, you know, maybe that's how they just always are, like with the creator, or maybe that's how the creator always is, but ultimately it's just like it just rubs me the wrong way, and it's just like, you know, you don't want to, when it comes to like Twitch or YouTube or whatever the case, where there's an active community that you do end up interacting with after a while, you don't want to deal with like some negativity, whether they're trying to be funny or otherwise. And I just realized you're being attacked.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you.
No, that's fine. So, yeah, it's like when I'm in your chat, and there's like you know, I mean, we got a few of them in here right now, like Tempesty and like, you know, and them guys, like, I never, it's like, it's always fun being around them. Is basically what I'm saying. And like,
I feel that way.
I mean, I contribute that to like part of your success is because that's the community you put together and such.
The bad eggs weed themselves out after a while. Like I said, I've been around for a long time, so you can kind of tell the people that are going to stick around, the people that aren't going to stick around, you know.
Right.
And the bad eggs weed themselves out after X amount of time. Yeah. So it is what it is. I'm very proud of the community that I've built, and that's because the community, the friends that I've made have been so great over the last 9 years of my life, you know. So I'm very happy with what I've done on Twitch, and what I will continue to do so for a very long time, I'm sure.
Sweet. Okay.
Still their jungle here.
This opposing team is kind of taking a nap right now.
Yeah, they really
not that I'm complaining, but
very weak source right here.
Yeah, the slow bro is still a slowpoke, and the Pikachu I think is still running Thundershock, if I'm reading that correctly. Well, I guess I'll just level up then.
I went down bottom. They're all down here, so.
Oh, okay.
You can just level up there, I guess.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna try to find some pokes to. Oh, here we go. A family of combis. Oh, but I ended up attacking the the Pikachu came into my range as soon as I went for Thunder. I was like, oh, well, gee, thanks. Okay. We'll go on here. Take down a Combi.
Getting chased by 2 Pokies right now.
Don't let him get you. Oh, there's the Pikachu again, but then they decided to run, which is fine.
All right, hit me with the next one, Chief.
All right. I'll. Oh no! I don't want to do that. Let me knock this guy out. Okay, now I have bad situation. Please don't interrupt me. Oh gosh, I got interrupted. I'm gonna die. All right, it's fine. Let's see here.
Yay.
So let's see. So what areas in your content creation do you feel? What, did they surrender?
Yeah, they surrendered.
Oh, okay, sweet. So what areas in your content creation do you feel could use some improvement?
Consistency, schedule, gameplay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that legitimately because I don't know what the right recipe for success is when it comes to content creation. You know, that's the kind of question you gotta ask someone like Ninja.
Well, I mean, what do you feel you personally you think you can work on?
Well, other than the three that I just touched upon, consistency, being that I'm here. Well, consistency and schedule kind of works like hand in hand. Having a schedule that I can stick to. The thing is, I'm in a different place now than I was a few years ago, where I had a family setting where I could only stream X amount of hours a day. For 4 or 5 days of the week now, I'm childless. My son lives with his mum, so I get him at the weekends. So for 4 or 5 days of the week, I have nothing but time. And so I wake up when I can, if I'm feeling well enough to, and I will just, as long as I don't have anything else going that day, which rarely ever happens, I'll just sit on my computer and stream. And I'll stream for as long as I can. Sometimes I need a nap. I go to sleep for 12 hours for a nap. Or I stream for 12 hours. It's that's the problem that I have without a schedule, is that people don't know when to get me. Right. I feel like I'm happier that way. So if I ran off a schedule, you need to start time and an end time. Well, I don't want an end time now. I don't want to be in charge of that, because if I don't make that end time, I feel bad about it because of pain or whatever.
Yeah, there is a bit of a little bit of stress that goes into trying to maintain a consistent schedule. I can admit that.
But as someone who doesn't have a whole lot going on other than streaming, I just want to get up and stream whenever I get up, when I'm feeling well enough to, and I just want to go at it and see how the day goes. Every day's different. Every day's different for my pain levels. Every day's different for my fatigue. You flip a coin. Honestly, it's just that. It's flip a coin, and we'll see how the day goes. And I want to stream for as long as I can when I'm up and feeling well enough to, and that's where I think hinders me, because a schedule is important for people to know when they're going to find you. What else did I say? I said consistency, schedule, and gameplay, didn't I? Gameplay was tongue-in-cheek.
I figured, because
there's a joke.
Right, of course, because look, like, not everybody has to be like some professional player that grinds out a game for like 40 hours every week or whatever the case. Sometimes you just, like, I've seen plenty of content creators who play games and they are just absolutely awful at it, but because they have such a great attitude about it while they're doing it, like, that's, like, okay, so this is why, you're doing this, right? So,
yeah, like, I'd pick an entertaining streamer over 100% of the time, winning 100% of the time game streamer any day of the week. I want to be entertained, you know.
Yeah.
Gameplay can entertain you. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
Gameplay can entertain you, but I know personally I'm not in that upper echelon of professional gamers. You know, I'm a personality. I know I'm a personality. I know if you give me a chance to watch my stream, I'm either going to make you laugh or I'm going to turn you off straight away. You know, like
You're getting jumped.
that's just kind of the way it is. Like, you know, like when you're a personality, people either like you straight away or they get rubbed the wrong way by you.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to think if you give me a chance, I'm gonna be like Marmite for you, and you're either gonna love me or hate me. But if you love me, I'm hoping you're gonna stick around. I'm hoping you're gonna come back, and that's half the battle won. Then if you can do that. So when I say gameplay, it was tongue in cheek. I don't really think that I need to change anything about my gameplay to improve my stream, but I just, like I say, I don't know the recipe for success. I know that I would like to be more consistent, and I would like to finish more games. In terms of, like, when I start a game, I would like to actually get to the end of it.
Right.
But I don't know what my interest level is going to be, and some days, again, this goes back to my fatigue and my illness and stuff like that. Is that I don't know what my energy levels are going to be from day to day. So, like, entertainment wise, you know, you can catch me on one day and I'm going to be hyperactive as anything. I'm going to be very entertaining. I'm going to be, you know, laughing and joking with everybody. Other days, I'm going to be rather quiet, and I know that's not what people want to see. Sorry, I killed that that monster there for you.
So wait, have you never completed a game?
Yeah, I've completed games, but I mean, like, I get excited for a game. Let's use Skyward Sword for an example. I get excited because it was finally coming out on Switch. I finally got a chance to play a Zelda game that I hadn't played before. Because motion controls isn't very good for my ribs, you know, obviously. Like,
right.
So I was excited for that. Played it. A few streams later, back to Pokemon Unite.
Nice. Yeah.
You know, like it just didn't captivate me the same way as other Zelda's games.
Right.
But I end up playing and beating games more often than I sound like I do. But like, I'll be getting Pokemon Legends Arceus this
Yeah. Like, I'm actually quite interested in Pokemon Legends Arceus because I have been playing Breath of the Wild, and by the looks of it, it's supposed to be like a Pokemon version of Breath of the Wild, which I think is actually kind of interesting.
The jury's out for me.
Oh, really?
Because I've seen the previews of it, and it looks like a PS2 game, and that to me is not acceptable. I know graphics aren't everything, but this is Game Freak. This is a AAA publisher. That's that you know, a PS2 level game is not acceptable. I know Guyver's gonna go ham here because Guyver is so excited for it, but that to me is not acceptable. I'm very lucky in that one of my community members has gifted me the game from my throne, which is privacy friendly wishlist that I have. They've gifted that to me, so I'm very lucky that I've got the opportunity to play it without it breaking my bank.
Right.
But that doesn't mean I'm not gonna be critical of it, because the game, like I said, the jury's still out. I'm not saying it's going to be terrible, but it looks like a PS2 game, and at this point, I don't think that's acceptable for a Switch title, a first-party Switch title. One of my main things that I talk about, because I'm sure you know, I'm a big proponent of the GameCube. One of my favorite things about the GameCube is that you can play a GameCube game today, and it still feels like a game that came out today. Like, you can play Super Mario Sunshine, and it feels just like a game that came out this month. Or, you know, like, it looks great, it feels great, it is great.
Yeah, it really is, man. Like, the games I normally go for in terms of, like, the GameCube would be like Resident Evil 4 or something.
Yeah, but even that still plays fine. If you go back to the PS2 and you play those PS2 era graphics that were realistic for the time, they look like trash these days. And graphics isn't everything, I understand that. Gameplay's better. I just feel when it comes to PS2 versus GameCube, you can play more GameCube games today. They're more accessible today because of the graphics, because of the way the game plays than a PS2 game. Like, I also really dislike the PS2 controller. I can't be the only one that dislike that thing.
Oh, you don't
PS2
like the
and PS3.
You don't like the PS3 controller? Oh, that's it.
No, I didn't like the PS3 controller. The thumbsticks were, was it concave or whatever the other one is? You know, like they just didn't. Oh no! Don't seal it! 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 He sold it!
Tag on it. I tried. Couldn't quite get there. Oh, this Trevenant. Oh my gosh, getting slapped around so bad.
But yeah, like that's why I'm very on the fence with yes, because I gotta wait till I see how it plays. Honestly, I've tried to stay away from spoilers. I've tried to stay away from the most recent trailer because I want to be surprised by stuff and I want to be enthusiastic about it. Like, it's a Pokemon game at the end of the day, and you know me, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I say that with no shame. I'm a Nintendo fanboy. I love it. I love Nintendo. I've always loved Nintendo, and damn it, I love Pokemon. So give me a Pokemon game that's worthy of a 2022 title, Game Freak, not a PS2 era title looking game. That's all. I'll leave it at that. But you know, going back to what it was, you know, I do complete games. I do try and complete games. I just have a habit of getting sidetracked by other games.
Right. I need to escape from the death. So much death. Okay. Alright, we made it. Okay, let's see here. I don't know what to gauge about the squad we're up against. Cause it seems like they're just kind of blah, but it also seems like they're putting up a fight. So I know you had already just mentioned that you know, scheduling and stuff like that, like stressful things, might be something that you're not really interested in at this leg of your creating journey, so to speak. As soon as I get my words straight. But do you happen to have any projects or big events that are coming up within, like, you know, in the not too distant future?
So, as already spoken about, touched upon, if you will, the WWE 2K22 is coming out in March. So that means that we restart a new season in my wrestling creating universe, whatever you want to call it. Like, I have to start afresh, creating everybody, including myself. So it takes a few weeks to do that. It takes some planning. Something that I've been doing tonight with Gears, who's my right-hand man, so to speak. He helps me out with spreadsheets and everything to keep me reminding me what I'm doing each week, you know, and stuff like that. It's he's a good egg, his Gears. He helps me out a lot. So we have that big event plans. I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing with my life in terms of if I'm going to go away this year, if I'm going to go back to America, and if I am, where I'm going, and who I'm seeing and stuff. I want to have a bit of a gathering for WrestleMania this year at my place. I just got a Penta, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I just saw after I got knocked out, you were literally just running roughshod on everybody. That's probably going to be the highlight, I'm sure.
I just killed all five. Yeah, hopefully that gets highlighted. I'm not streaming right now, so it's a shame.
It's all good. I got it on my end.
Yeah. Other than that, like I'd like to, because like I've done meetups in the past, like physical people meeting up, and I've had people from Canada come all the way to the UK. I had people from the US. I had people from the Netherlands, Belgium, Scotland coming to England. You know, like I've had people come all over the place. Not only for a meetup, that was for my wedding as well. You know, I've had lots of, that was demolition right there.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
So I want to I want to organize something like that now. Now that I'm a bit more stable, I've got my own flat. You know, I've got my life sort of squared away a little bit. I'd like to do something a bit more local to me. In terms of a meetup of sorts. But that's still in the early planning stages, I guess. Other than that, it's like I said, try and be more consistent, try and stream every day, and try and put out content that people.
And of course, the NeroTNC wrestling organization.
Yes. The Sunday afternoon wrestling. TNC Sunday afternoon wrestling.
Freaking Dark Guyver over here talking about his 137k damage.
Oh, forgive my for my less than classiness, but Guyver is known for his self-suckage.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. It's all good. I mean, when we have performances like that, can you blame him? Good grief. But okay, so we have walked this road. We have walked with NeroTNC because I wanted to walk with NeroTNC, and that's what I did. However, there's one little detail that I am very curious about. I have yet to ask. So I actually found out through, I think, your initial stream of when you had this particular, I don't know why my phone keeps doing that. This particular gentleman, you had him on your channel from when I first found you. You've had him on your channel about twice now. And according to
3 times. I know what you're talking about.
Right, and according to you, you guys are like really, really good friends. Of course, for those that don't know, the person I'm referring to is, well, he has many names. Some call him Zero from the Mega Man X franchise. Some people call him Virgil from the Devil May Cry franchise.
He's Nero in Devil May Cry.
He's Nero? Really? I thought he was Virgil.
No, he's Nero.
I could have sworn he was Virgil.
No, that's Dan Southwell.
Anyway, some of you might even also know him as Ichigo Kurosaki, I think his name is, from Bleach. Yes, I am talking about Johnny and Bosch. Tell us the very interesting story, or at least I would like to think is an interesting story, of your friendship with a very, very relevant name in the voice acting community, as well as being a Power Ranger.
Well, that's where the story starts, is Power Rangers, because it's something, whenever I get rated, I have this little thing where I say, a little fact about me is that I really love Power Rangers, because that's either going to turn people off or it's going to get people talking. I just find that to be a funny thing. Anyway.
Oh yes, he's also Broly now, because but please continue.
He was Adam Park in Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the second Black Ranger. He was the Green Zeo Ranger and the Green Turbo Ranger. He was an idol role model of mine as I grew up, because I love Power Rangers, still love Power Rangers to this day. I randomly in 2006, being a 16-year-old kid on the internet, was looking up where these Power Rangers were now that I liked when I was younger. He came up on Wikipedia as a voice actor, and he had a band called Eyeshine, which, if you've seen, I've got a big Eyeshine tattoo. I got that Eyeshine tattoo in 2009. Now, in 2006, I was on the Eyeshine forums, back when message boards were a thing, and, you know, like, you could talk to people via that. Like, I was on the forums for Eyeshine. He interacted with me a couple of times there. When he was announced as Nero in Devil May Cry 4, this is going back in 2008, I managed to have a chat with him via like a chat room thing. So it wasn't a one-to-one thing. It was just a group thing. So that was my first like interaction with him, like getting an answer from him personally. Like it was like, oh, this is funny. My name's Nero, and you're playing Nero,
right?
You know, so you know that was like a talking point. You know,
nice.
2009, I got the iShine tattoo, posted it on the forums, on the Facebook pages and whatnot, and like started talking to the band regularly. I was more in contact with the drummer called Maurice Salwin at the time, and he was kind of the middleman, so to speak, for a little bit between me and Johnny. So if I had something that I needed to ask, they made me the UK street team president, which basically meant like trying to get the word out about the band in the UK, trying to get them some gigs or whatever you want to call it, you know. So that was my task as street team president, to spread the word of iShine and you know, just do all that. So that you know, that was the initial thing. Then in 2011, I was going on vacation to LA, and LA is where they're based. So I just sent Maurice a message saying, look, I'm going to be in LA this date. Any chance we could hang out, or I could meet you guys? You know, just literally inquired. And he said, yeah, sure, we'll meet at this bar. So I go to this bar on this date, and I'm excited, I'm nervous, and they're late. They're late. They're about an hour late. They're about 2 hours late. I'm getting drunk because I'm sat there. I'm devastated that my favorite music band and one of my idols growing up, one of my idols today with like anime and voice acting and all sorts. I'm devastated that have stood me up. You know, so I'm getting drunk.
Right.
They didn't stand me up, did they? But I was drunk. Luckily, they decided they were going to get drunk too. So we had a good time. Drank, partied, ate calamari, which I hate seafood, so it was terrible.
Calamari's not bad. Well, I mean, it's very chewy, but
yeah, it was very salty as well. I did not like that. Anyway, so I got to meet Johnny there for the first time. And then it just became a thing. Whenever he comes to the UK, you know, he'll get me tickets to the con that he's at. I'll go meet him. We'll have some lunch. We'll have some dinner. We'll hang out. I'll sit with him. You know, we'll do lots of just hanging out, being great mates. And you know, one con he gave me his phone number, so now he texts me when he needs help with an English voice that he's doing. He texted me and said, "Hey, can you just recite these lines for me? Because I need help with a proper English voice, not like, you know, tea and crumpets, or right, stereotypical English voice. He just wants, he wanted a normal English voice. So he sent me a text message and say, hey, can you recite these lines for me for a commercial? And I did it for him. So I felt very lucky. I felt like honored to be able to help one of my idols or something like that.
That's awesome, dude.
Because of our friendship, because he knows I'm a streamer, you know, like he's interested in streaming world. He's interested in the games that he's been a part of on stream. You know, like he's interested in all that. He's wanted to be on stream with me, and that's another thing that I feel very lucky to say, that I've had Johnny on stream with me 3 times now. 3 times, yeah, 3 times. I had him on the launch of Devil May Cry 5 2 years ago. I had Johnny on Bosch on the stream, and I was on the front page of Twitch.
Oh, nice!
Incredible.
Yeah, because I don't know if you were talking about the third one, but I know the one that I saw, you had like 1,000 people just with eyes on you in your chat. Yeah. Well, because apart from the first time I had Johnny on stream, which was in 2014, so it was a long time ago now. That was just after I got partnered. I've been on the front page for the Johnny on Bosch streams. So, but you know, the day Devil May Cry 5 came out, it was a big launch day, and I had Johnny on the stream, so I contacted a Twitch staff, and I was just like, hey, I need to ask a favor. I've got this guy on stream. He's a big name. Can I be on the front page? Is there any chance you can get me on the front page? And they bent over backwards to get me on the front page that first time. The second time that I was on the front page was this past September. I think I was only on the front page in UK and Ireland though, which I was misinterpreted. I misinterpreted the fact that I was going to be on the front page. I thought I was going to be on the main front page. Unfortunately, I wasn't. So it wasn't as big. But you know, it was more of a chilled out
session of us playing Mario Kart together than, the launch day of Devil May Cry. So anyway, I've got this friendship with Johnny. I can, my now ex-girlfriend is, we met through Johnny and Bosch. You know, we know each other because of JYB.
Right. JYB is a nickname you go by.
Well, that's what loads of people JYB is. It's not
okay, gotcha.
It's not a personal nickname, no.
Right. It's just something
Johnny
that people
JYB,
go off of. Gotcha.
It's just easier to say, right? But
right.
Yeah. Anyway, like you say, I can call him a mate, which is something not a lot of people can do. I like to think, and I'm very lucky to say that to be able to say that I can. So, I don't know what else you want from that.
Dude, I mean, that was awesome, man. Like,
I'm very lucky.
Like, yeah, man, like, that's really cool. Like, freaking part of a band, and then like everything else, and then like he reaches out to you when he needs like an audible reference of some sort to go off of when he's working on something. That's really neat. Let's see if we can check out this guy real quick.
Hey, I can say something as well. What? I got a text from him on Christmas Day saying Merry Christmas.
Oh.
I didn't even text him. He texted me first.
Oh, that's awesome, man.
Pat myself on the back right there. You're on fire. He's a really cool dude. Like, I mean, he'd give anybody the time of day. So I'm just lucky that I'm one of the guys that he gives the time of day to.
Yeah, that's really awesome, dude. I tried to fight him off, but I couldn't because he was in my non-kill area. Good grief, man. So that's just really awesome, dude. That you've got a great community. Your content creation, like, yeah, you might not have like a consistent schedule as of late, but you still do it. And when you do it, it's always a joy, in my opinion. Like, because I if I see you and I'm not like at work, sometimes even when I'm at work, I will still like drop in and be like, "Hey, yo, what's up, guys? How are things?"
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that is flipping amazing. Okay, so let's see. So tell me, if you had to choose your ideal, like, since doing what is it, dream matches, right? Who would you feel would have been the match you would always wanted to have, like, if you were still doing the wrestling?
I'm gonna go someone completely different than what everybody would say, because everybody in that dog would say Shawn Michaels or Bryan Danielson or CM Punk or something like that.
Right.
Roderick Strong is a monster, a stamina monster, and I feel like he makes everybody that he wrestles look like $1 million. And I would love to have taken a backbreaker or two from Roderick Strong. I'd have loved to have thrown him about, because I'm sure I could have back in the day. Roderick Strong is up there on my list. It also helps he's one of my favorite wrestlers to watch these days as well. So.
Nice. Okay. So you're a Roderick Strong guy.
Well, what about yourself? What's your dream match? Say you could wrestle.
If I could wrestle, my dream match? Oh man, I actually, you kind of caught me slipping there. I wasn't expecting this type of question to be thrown into my direction.
Around, yeah.
Well, let's see here. I would probably be like, I've always dreamt that if I was actually a professional wrestler, which was a dream of mine a long time ago, but I just didn't have the heart for it. Which in saying that, I just want to say that I greatly respect you for going down that road, because I didn't have the courage to do so. And for those of you that actually do, no matter how everything turns out, I will still have great respect for you, because that is not an easy thing to get into, let alone be successful in. So that is my appreciation to you, NeroTNC, in that regard.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So back to the question. Because I'd always dreamed that I would be like a technical wrestler, specializing in like holds and locks. So I would probably be not the most exciting. I'd probably be like a Dean Malenko or a Lance Storm, perhaps.
I could have seen a Kurt Angle coming out of your mouth then, but
well, I mean, Kurt Angle is like my number
same
one.
hairline.
I didn't expect it. I wasn't expecting to be offended, right? Or rather insulted. That's how the joke was. But anyway.
I'm joking, man.
Yeah, I got you. Officer Jenny got wanted papers on Serena. Her kill count at 20. Oh my gosh. Doug Iver is just going crazy right now. But
I think this is where I'm gonna be calling it, my man, because I'm getting tired. I think.
Oh, dude, I understand. You are like toughing it out right now, and I greatly appreciate you.
I'm in dire need of a cup of tea. I tell you.
Yeah, but I guess seeing as how I keep thinking about Bryan Danielson, I would probably say Bryan Danielson, to be honest, right? Because it's like there are other really, really strong, awesome athletes out there that are just amazing. But I feel like Bryan Danielson basically embodies like a balance of like everything, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that.
Okay. All right. So so let's see. We already lost the person, so we should probably just
that was me. I backed out though, man. That was me.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. We can stop here. We got a lot. We did a whole lot. We did a whole lot. We got a lot. We had a lot of stuff that we talked about, and yeah, like once again, NeroTNC as my very first international guest on the channel, on the McAgee3 Meetup portion of the channel. I want to take this opportunity to thank you for taking the time and the opportunity to be on the show. I greatly appreciate you for that, because I think when I first approached you about this, the biggest challenge was just the time difference.
Yeah.
Because for those of you that don't know, I believe it's a 5-hour difference between he and I. So
it's 12 a.m. now. Not 12 a.m. 2 a.m. Sorry.
Yeah, it's 2 a.m. over there. So he needs to go beddy by. So so let's see. Did you? So before we go out the door and do all of our benediction related stuff, were there any other socials you wanted to share, or is the stuff on screen all there is?
Well, I mean, I do have Facebook and that, but I don't actively like share it out. Like I do have a like page, but it's not something I really post about too much. There's my YouTube, youtube.com/NeroTNC. That's where all the promos for the wrestling streams get posted. Yeah, no, that's pretty much it, man. The Twitter I use for posting out when I'm streaming, and Instagram I'm trying to use more. I'm trying to be better at. There's Snapchat, which is NeroTNC. Discord is the main thing though. Discord is where you're gonna find me. If I'm not streaming, I'm in Discord or I'm sleeping. So, you know, that's where to find me.
Good, man. And once again, I greatly appreciate you stopping in and toughing it out.
It's been a pleasure, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Did you have fun?
I did indeed. I did. It was good to play some Unite as well, because I haven't played it in so long. So it was good to do that for a bit, and good to chat to you. It's been a few weeks since we did the Unite, wasn't it? So,
yeah, it has. It felt good. Yeah. We did pretty well. We came out ahead.
We did. We won more than we lost, so that's a good thing. Being back, I'm sure the swines enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. We got some GGs in there.
Serena gameplays and stuff. But yeah, no, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for watching. I know a lot of my homies dropped by, so I do appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, like I said, get on Discord. Come and chat to us on discord.gg/NeroTNC. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea, watch some wrestling, and I'll bid you adieu.
Okay. Thank you very much, NeroTNC, and we're gonna go ahead and let him go ahead and get his rest. In the meantime, I myself stream every Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, USA. Tuesdays is Art Tuesdays. Fridays is TJ McAgee3, where we do adventure games. Saturdays is Saturday Sluggers, where we do fighting games. If you like what you saw, give your man a follow. If you love what you saw, give your man a sub. But either way, let folks know that McAgee3 is out here putting quality content for each and every one of you. Social media, if my thingy works, which it did not, but that's fine. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and DeviantArt at McAgee3. I also have a YouTube channel called McAgee3 Productions. It's where I do my off-stream grind, Casual Crashers, and McAgee3 Minute series. Also, the replay of tonight's episode of McAgee3 Meetup can be found on the YouTube channel. I'll have it posted sometime this week. So look forward to that, especially for those of you that, could stay up this late, but it's fine. I am also an artist. I do emotes, sub-badges, avatars, and banners. Currently, I'm working on my original comic book, Blue Ninja, The Story of Navaya, which you can find on the DeviantArt page, deviantart.com/McAgee3. Episodes 1 through 4 can be found for your reading pleasure on the DeviantArt page. You can catch me every Tuesday working on episode 5, so check it out. It's awesome. Shout-outs on the way out the door. We got Oof TBBZ, Dark Guyver, Polar Bears, E.T. Giggles. Is there anybody else? And it looks like that's all. Polar Bears and Oof BBZ, thank you very much for your follows. You guys are loved and appreciated for that. Thank you one and all for spending your precious time with your man McAgee3 and NeroTNC. You all spending your precious time with us lets us know that our content is worth your precious time, and your time is exactly that. It's very precious to us, so thank you very much. I will see you all on Tuesday for another edition of Art Tuesday. If I don't see you on Tuesday, I will see you on Friday for another edition of TJ McAgee3. If I don't see you on Friday, I'll see you on Saturday for another edition of Saturday Sluggers. And if for whatever reason I don't see you on Saturday, and you're one of those monthly type of folks, which is fine, I'll see you next month for our February edition of McAgee3 Meetup. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Have a wonderful, wonderful work week. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, or in Nero's case, morning. And in regards to what's going on in the world right now, I will once again leave you all with this. It is always darkest before dawn. So you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Or morning, depending on where you are. Bye-nie!